These two combined have made hundreds of millions of dollars online because they understand one principle of digital marketing, and that has allowed them to not only start, but scale multiple businesses, not just for themselves, but for other people as well. Now, what is that one thing, you may ask? Well, they have mastered the art of making other people care. That's it. That's the trick. And at this point, if you're asking yourself,
how do I do that? I post pictures of my products and the sales I have going on, but just seems like nobody cares. What else do I have to offer?
Don't worry, we'll get to that. But before we do, let me ask you, have you ever heard of the golden circle? So basically, you know what? Here, just let me show you. This is the golden circle. I'm going to give a very quick explanation on what this is and how you can use it, but I definitely encourage you to look into it more yourself, because the more you are established with this baseline, the better set up you will be to succeed, not just on social media, but in building a brand altogether. So we could see it's broken down into 3 sections, being why, how, and what. This is a breakdown of what your product or service is, how you do what you do, and why you do it. You see, the mistake that most companies make is they start from what and work their way into why. And the reason they do that is because that's how most communication in general is done. So this would be saying something like, we sell cutting-edge smartphones using the latest technology. We're able to do this because our engineers work day in and day out to make sure that we're always up to date on the newest advancements. So if you want the latest and greatest, then buy our phones. So that's working from what to why. But the greatest and most successful companies, however, work from the inside out. So they start with a why and then they branch out into their what. That looks something like this. We believe in challenging the status quo and thinking differently by making our products cutting edge, beautifully designed, and yet so simple to use. So let me introduce you to the new iPhone. Does that make sense? Good. So in order to grow online, step 1, work from the inside out. Define your why before anything else. Now, the reason that this is important is because of the shift we've seen in recent years, and that I firmly believe, by the way, is and will continue to be the standard moving forward, is that people don't buy your product, they buy why you do it. And this is why things like UGC, or user-generated content, does so well. This is why inspirational founders stories do so well, because people are kind of over being sold to, and honestly, they're just really, really into being understood. So connection is key. And if you can't clearly communicate your why, then they probably can't find something to connect to. Another company that absolutely nails this is Liquid Death. I absolutely love this stuff. I drink like 2 cases of it a week. No, this isn't sponsored by them, but I mean, anyway, they have absolutely nailed this. So let's dissect their golden circle. So this is their bio from the About page of their website. Their why is, we hate corporate marketing as much as you do and want to end plastic pollution. Their how is, our evil mission is to make people laugh. And their what is, get them to drink more healthy beverages more often. Liquid Death, email me. Step 2 then is to choose your platform or platforms. Now, I very strongly believe that not every business has to be on every single platform. For example, if you mainly focus on B2B, which if you don't know means business to business, if you have a software, if you work with law firms, for businesses like that, right? LinkedIn is probably going to be your main focus. Behind that would probably be YouTube/YouTube Shorts, because it's the world's 2nd largest search engine, and then Facebook and Facebook ads, maybe a blog, and then like way down the line, like way on the other opposite end, would be like Pinterest and Snapchat and TikTok. Because the fact of the matter is, unless you're unbelievably good on camera and have a knack for edutainment, those top 3 will probably get you better results than the rest of them combined. Now, on the other hand, if you sell things like streetwear, home goods, candles, then all of a sudden TikTok and Instagram are likely to shoot up to number 1, then followed by shorts and long-form YouTube content. And if you have a more general, just kind of universally needed business, electrician, HVAC, insurance, then honestly, I'd still say Facebook and Facebook ads in that region are still king. So it's really up to you to decide where you want to invest that time and that money. And you do that by figuring out who your target audience is and where they are. Do I have your attention?
Good.
Step 3 is to master the hook. Now, this looks different depending on what type of content you focus on and depending on the platform, but across the board, it is one of the most, if not the most important factor. For example, for long form videos like this, right, this is the title, the thumbnail, and the first 3 seconds of the video. For shorts and reels, this is going to look like the first second or 2. For Facebook ads, this is the headline and the creative. I think, and I'm not alone in thinking this, that video is growing and it's only getting bigger from here. So I do have a formula for making short form videos that is based on hundreds of thousands of reels that I've personally watched, and I've broken it all down, and I'll give you that in just a second. Now, despite that, and despite the fact that video is growing every day, there is a level of self-awareness involved here. You see, a lot of people aren't great on camera, but they're absolutely phenomenal writers. Well, guess what? You can post a picture or a short reel that's like 3 seconds long, and the hook could just say, check out the description. And as long as you've done this right, it will perform. I've literally seen a viral post of a woman eating soup. Eating soup. It's possible. Okay, so now you have your why, you know where your audience is, and you know how to hook them. Let's talk about your strategy for distribution. This is knowing when and where to post. So most platforms will give you this information in your analytics dashboard. I know for Instagram, it shows you when your followers are most active. So basically, I like to take that data and I like to post right at the beginning of when they're active, or even just a little bit before, so that I set the stage for the most possible engagement. And again, not all platforms are built equally. So let's say you take this year to really focus on short form vertical content. Your platforms of choice are TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram. All three of those platforms and your audience on each may look totally different. On Instagram, your best time to post could be 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and on TikTok, it could be noon on Thursday. Does that make sense? So just remember, they're all kind of doing their own thing, and you have to plan accordingly. As well, try not to post the same video or the same content on each platform every day. Rotate it through so that even if your fans and followers see you on multiple platforms in the same day, they're getting fresh new content. And now all we have left to do is optimize. This is where we'll get into my little formula for Reels. You get a ton of data in the analytics of social platforms, and I think this is most useful with video content because you get a graph that literally will break down second by second how many people watched your video all the way through, and the ones that left, it'll show you where they dropped off. Use this data to constantly change how you make your content, how you present it, what type of content you make, and where and when you should post it. So let's recap really quick. Figure out your why, figure out where, master the hook, plan your distribution, and optimize. And the formula, of course, I haven't forgotten. So the formula I've seen work across any niche and any industry is simple. It's 3 parts. It breaks down to having a hook, building tension, and having a payoff. So this translates to having something that captivates your viewer, giving them a reason to continue watching, and then giving them a payoff. So let me break this down for you by showing you an example reel. He's in here to get a haircut, but he doesn't really know what it is, so he's asking for something he doesn't fully understand. And then it goes into the barber kind of explaining the cut, explaining everything that you can do with a hairstyle like that. And then it just leaves us to wonder the whole time, like, okay, we see his hair now, but what's it gonna look like after, right? So then the hook is, I want to see what this guy's haircut looks like. The tension and justification for watching through the whole thing is, but I really kind of want to know. And you can tell by the way that this barber is talking that he's a professional. You know it's going to look good. You just don't know what that final product is going to look like. So then they start showing clips of him cutting the hair. This is adding to the tension, the justification, because you're like, all right, come on, let me see it, let me see it. And then we get to this part where he's showing the final product, and that is the payoff. Like, it's so satisfying to see the final cut and style. Like, I have long hair, right? I love my long hair, but I see these guys in my reels and my shorts every single day, and every single time I think to myself, man, should I get a haircut? And that's what you want. So there's a lot more to be said about that formula and about making reels and other short form content. So definitely check out this video right here for a more in-depth explanation on that video formula and how you can use that in your content.